Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, we'll introduce you to an entrepreneur who's found the recipe to success with an old-fashioned ice cream and soda fountain. We'll give you the scoop next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
So I thought I had a cool job. I get to run a great public relations firm, and we host dozens and dozens of TV shows on our network. But Ken Willis has the best job ever. He gets to make people smile through ice cream. He runs Beth Marie's Old Fashioned Ice Cream and Soda Fountain in Denton. Thanks for coming on the show.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Very cool. So I have to say, you do have the coolest job. I mean, if there's 5 guys standing around talking about what they do for a living, you really do have the coolest job, don't you?
I think so. Ice cream's been a fun business. You just don't see very many upset people that come in to buy ice cream.
Yes. And I would suggest, because you tie into the nostalgia. I mean, everybody remembers ice cream, homemade ice cream from their youth. We're at a time with the pandemic. I think everybody's stressed out. They're looking for a simpler time. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree with that. A lot of people are so stressed out right now, but an ice cream is a feel-good food. And people come in, and you can see the whole demeanor of their whole body once you hand them an ice cream cone. It's like a miracle just happens right before your eyes.
Yeah. And what comes to my mind is Norman Rockwell. I mean, when you think about some of his famous artwork, it revolves around a small town ice cream shop. Tell us your journey. So you bought the company from another family?
Beth and Randy started it in November of 98. We bought it in 2003. It seemed like a perfect fit. And then we started tweaking it, putting our own special taste on everything, so to speak. Creating more flavors, more unique flavors, and just basically having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. And I caught a piece that NBC5 did recently on you, and I was very impressed. Let's go ahead and roll that clip now.
From the original flooring to the bar stools and the endless menu of deliciousness, Beth Marie's is the perfect spot if you want to come and enjoy an old-fashioned ice cream parlor and soda shop. The co-owner is Ken Willis. Ken, it's so nice spending time with you today.
Yeah, thank you. Glad to have y'all.
So for someone who has not been to Beth Marie's just yet, you're right here in the Denton Square. Would you tell me a little bit about what you'll do here?
We're an old-fashioned type of ice cream parlor, soda fountain. We offer over 60 flavors of ice cream that we keep out on the front line. We produce 150 flavors a week.
You say that like it's not a big deal. Like, that's a lot of flavors, Ken.
It is. It's fun though. And everybody has a little something different that they like. I like for people to try at least one thing that they would never, ever buy, and try that. Then they can go back and buy their cup of vanilla.
Where do these flavors come from?
A bunch of them are just traditional old-timey flavors. Then I have wild hairs where I create things. Margaret, our area supervisor, helps create a bunch of flavors as well. The staff who have been here for any length of time gets to make their own flavor and put their name on it. Customers suggest flavors to us all the time.
Oh my goodness.
We can't make that many.
Yes, I saw one that was blackberry. Would you tell me the inspiration and where that idea came from?
That's a Baba Blackberry. It's a Texas goat cheese with blackberries and thyme. I was down by the border, and there's a little guy pushing one of the little carts, yeah, and he was selling popsicles. He had a blueberry goat cheese popsicle. And so I kind of stole his idea and made it into an ice cream, but used blackberries instead of blueberries.
And Emeril Lagasse, the incredible chef, he inspired one of your ideas as well.
He did. We were eating in this restaurant, and he had a dessert. And so we came back and kind of recreated that into an ice cream instead of a cake, and called it Wobbly Monkey. But rum, banana, walnut, and rum again. That's how the monkey got wobbly.
So when you say your ice cream is homemade, on the sign it says no, really, it's made in this building along with the cake and the cookies or brownies, all the things you could have with it. That's incredible.
Yeah, keeps you kind of busy.
I would think so.
Wow, I'm so impressed. I got to ask you, did you come up with the name first and then invent the flavor to match the name, or the other way around?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Sometimes we see a really cool name, and then we build an ice cream to match the name. I do work a little backwards sometimes. If it sounds like fun, then we try to come up with something to go with that.
I love it. Baba, Blackberry, Big Rig, Just Peachy. It's fun coming up. Sometimes a name is all you need. I mean, people will order it based on, it's fun to say it.
It is. And it helps make a difference. Sometimes the name doesn't match the ice cream at all.
Mhm.
So we have to be a little careful when people are taking samples. And we have to be sure that the staff knows how to explain what that flavor is.
Yes. And we've got some pictures of your delicious ice cream on the screen. It must be fun to you're probably serving the kids of some of your original customers by now.
Yes. Yes, we are. And then we're having some of these kids come in to work for us that say, I remember I got my very first ice cream from y'all. It's like, oh man, don't make me feel that old.
Well, think about how many first dates. So I was mentioning to you before we went on that my son graduated from UNT. I mean, how many first dates started at your ice cream parlor?
There's been quite a few, and quite a few proposals. We do something this time of year. We have love story, and people submit a love story about how Beth Marie's affected them, be it the first date, or always how they ended their dates. And then we put a little booklet together. We vote on who that is, and they win gift cards and a free meal for Valentine's.
Okay, do you have a pretty good gut now for what's going to be a hit and what's not going to be a hit? Because you admitted before we went on that you had one failure that you.
Well, I had several failures. That one was the ultimate failure.
All right, what was the name of the flavor?
Sweet buttered corn.
And I see that to me tastes like it could be candy corn or something like that.
It could have. I didn't go that route. It tasted like a frozen can of cream of corn. Not pleasant at all.
And how long did you have it on the menu before you had to?
I made the mistake and went whole hog on it and made 5 gallons. And so we put it out there until people sampled all of it gone.
Okay, I got to ask you, what's your most popular flavor? Is it vanilla, like they say?
Vanilla is always the most popular.
No kidding.
It's I don't understand that. If you come into our shops, I prefer, since we give out samples, that you always try something different.
Yeah.
Then go buy your vanilla.
Okay, what would your top 5 be right now?
That I would choose?
Yeah, maybe, and you can't choose vanilla. So your top 5 that somebody needs to taste because they don't know how wonderful it is.
I would say the Texas Honey Whiskey.
Wow.
Bee's Knees, that's one of our best sellers. Old South Fudge. Let's see.
2 more.
All right. German chocolate cake. That's really good. If you like a lot of stuff in your ice cream, Peterbilt Big Rig Crunch. And I'm kind of crazy about the strawberry.
No kidding. I'm a strawberry guy. Is that like choosing between your children? Is that?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah. We try not to make a bad ice cream. We make some interesting ice creams. We have strange stuff.
All right, tell me about the pandemic. I mean, it hit all of us. Did you notice? One, did you have to shut down at all?
We kind of shut down when we were told to.
Yeah.
Where we just only did carry out or delivery. And fortunately, that didn't last very long. As soon as we could allow people in, we allowed people in. And there for a while, they could only come in and get what they wanted, then had to leave. Um, but we learned some new things and how to, like the home delivery is not something we would have ever thought
Yeah.
of. And it's worked out. And then we did partnering. We had several other restaurants that were doing home delivery, so we partnered with them, and they put us on their menus where people could order from them their dinners as well as get ice cream, and they would deliver it for us. And then we did our own home deliveries, and then we partnered with a couple other shops where we made family fun packs for our home deliveries, where people
Wow.
could get candy from the candy store, comic books, games from More Fun Comics that's next door to us.
Wow.
Uh, and it made a great combination with the ice cream for a family night.
And you'll actually work with executive chefs to come up with like a signature ice cream for a restaurant.
Yeah, that's the fun part when I get to meet with chefs and they have this idea for their menu, what they would like to have, and then help create a flavor that will fit what they're looking for.
Wow. Well, Ken, you've been an amazing guest. We're going to end with your website, which is obviously bethmaries.com. And thank you for keeping traditions alive. I'm a big fan.
Thank you.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.